light is red, the kids are in bed, which means it is time for Mile High Musings with me, Aaron Yowell, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. What's good, sports fans? It's your boy Aaron Yowell, and welcome back to your regularly scheduled Mile High Musings here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. It is so good to be back. If you're a regular of this show, you know that we were off last week because we were on the 3-0 grand finale show, which was awesome. It was a true blessing, and I was nervous, which is weird because I haven't been nervous to go live for this show in the almost 2 years since I've been on this show, but I'm happy to be here. Super excited. What a treat that was. And the game was even better. I danced on the cheese graze. Yes, I do look like a certain blue cartoon dog's dad today. Today we celebrated my youngest daughter's second birthday, and like any good kid, she's into Bluey. And so we all dressed the part, the blue, the ears, our house was decorated in Bluey. And I'm here for it. Taryn's in the chat already. Taryn, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. So you're getting Bandit Healer on the show today. Wackadoo. You know, both the Avs and Nuggets are on the All-Star break and the, All-Star and Four Nations break. We've got some guys representing. Julian Strahler was a rising star. And, of course, your 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic representing the Nuggets. And then you have 4 Avs, almost 5 until we traded Mikko Rantanen, but Arturi Lehkonen for Team Finland, and then Devon Toews, Cale Makar, and, of course, Nate the Great for Team Canada. So they're in action, but we're not really playing, and I have hot sports opinions about the NBA All-Star break in particular, which we'll get to. And I feel like I voiced these opinions 365 days ago. I digress. College basketball is still rolling. College basketball and hockey really are still rolling. And pitchers and catchers reported last week for the Rockies. The full team reports on Tuesday. Do we care? I don't know. All that and a lot more. But before we get into the show, let's get a word in from the network.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good? We're back. Welcome to the first segment of Mile High Musings here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Leaning into the full bit today. So if you're new to the show, no, I don't always wear the ears. No, I'm not a furry. I'm just helping celebrate my daughter who loves Bluey. And I got no shame. Let's get into the first period and our first set of 2 report cards that we're going to hand out on the show. So I thought about, since we're at the quote halfway mark, which it's far beyond the halfway mark for both the Nuggets and the Avs. I wanted to look back at the last couple seasons for both teams and compare and contrast what's been going on, and then based on those numbers, hand out a grade. Now, if you tuned into the 3-and-out grand finale show 5 that I was on, you know that I love numbers. It's spreadsheets, and I always have spreadsheets on this show, and I'm working on Nuggets 1 and an Avs 1 constantly, and I think that Nuggets and Avs numbers are going to tell us a story. So for the first period, we're going to focus on the Avalanche, who are 59 games into the season at this point. That's not halfway. The halfway mark is 41. We're well beyond that. But as it is, the Avs are 33, 22, and 2 for 68 points and the 4th seed in the Central Division and the first wild card seed, which is weird. This time last year, the Avs were 35, 19, and 5. That's 75 points. 3rd in the Central is what they finished. Now, I've got where we're at right now, and then for the subsequent 3 years, or the previous 3 years, I'll tell you where we finished. So it's going to be a little weird. So we finished 3rd in the Central. We lost in round 2 to Dallas in 6 games. We were 1st in the NHL in goals for, the Avs were, and 16th in goals against. And Nathan McKinnon led the team in scoring with 140 points and, of course, won the Hart Trophy. So Avs had a decent year. Not what I thought we would get last year, but say lovey. In 2022-2023, if you remember that season, it was injury-riddled like crazy. So at this point, the Avs were still better, 34, 20, and 5, 73 points. That year, they won the Central Division and lost in round 1 against Seattle. Again, super injured. We were 10th in goals for and 9th in goals against, and McKinnon led the team in scoring with 111 points. And going back one more year, that would take us to the Cup run, which would be 21-22. At this point, the Avs were 41, 13, and 5. For 87 points. That year, we won the Central and, of course, won the Stanley Cup in 6 games over the Tampa Bay Lightning. We were 4th in goals for and 9th in goals against, and Mikko led the team with 92 points. Crazy that's how the stats broke down. It is cold here in North Texas, and the heat is on, and the voice sounds like this. I had tea. So I'm going to do my best not to push it. Drinking lots of water. It's good. So what is my mid-year grade? What is my first semester grade for the Avs? It's got to be a B. Yes, they're in total control of that wild card spot. Yes, they're almost guaranteed to make the playoffs. But the goaltending was so poor. The defense was so poor at the beginning of the year that there's no way they can get an A. And if the 21-22 year was an A+, this is barely a B. Barely a B. So with the first semester grade, I would also like to hand out our Seal the Deal Wax Seals 3 stars of the first half. I do a little something crazy on the fly. Your 3rd star for the first half of the season, Cale Makar. Has to be. 22 goals, 41 assists, 63 points. He was sick last game in the Four Nations tournament against the United States, which is why he didn't play. Everybody's making a big deal of it. He was just sick. Dudes get sick. By the way, I do love that Nathan MacKinnon scored the first goal for Team Canada, and that it was on the power play, and that it was a sweet pass from Sidney Crosby. Yes, the Canadians booed our anthem, and I'm not here for that, and I would expect us not to boo them, but we're probably going to boo the Canadian national anthem in Boston. That sucks, but I do love that Max scored. And he's my favorite player, and three of my favorite players play on Team Canada. So that hurt that they booed him, and that Team USA just whooped that ass. But it is what it is. Your second star for the first half, Mackenzie Blackwood. In 22 games played for the Avs, he's 14-6-2. The goalie that we need, the goalie that we want, the goalie that we deserve, Mackenzie Blackwood. And then, of course, your first star of the first half, none other than Cole Harbor's own Nathan MacKinnon. 21 goals, 66 assists, 87 points, leads the NHL in assists and points. Chef's kiss. Looking at the week ahead, there's going to be some bang-bang segments because I'm losing my voice every Sunday. You know what? The 3 and Out show, I didn't feel like I was losing my voice. Maybe because it's 9 o'clock here and I'm going live. But this week ahead, we got Four Nations Game 3 tomorrow. Games at, I do believe, noon and 6 Mountain Time. It's 1 and 7 Central Time. I know that for a fact. And then the finals game is on Thursday, which Team USA has already punched their ticket to, which is awesome. And then the Avs play Saturday at 4 p.m. Mountain at Nashville and Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain at St. Louis. We're getting hockey finally. And actually, we've had hockey. I've really enjoyed the Four Nations tournament. I think it has been a really great way for the NHL to do something different. I think it is better than the All-Star game. Not because of the 3 fights in 9 seconds between Team USA and Canada. It's nice to see hockey players actually playing hockey and caring. I hope it doesn't lead to injuries or anything like that, but maybe it'll keep guys fresh. Maybe it'll keep them interested in the back half of the season. Who knows? We're going to take a break. On the other side, more grades. Avs going to be. Let's see what the Nuggets get. You're with Mile High Musings here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
We're back here with Mile High Musings here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Thanks for tuning in. We got a couple handfuls of people tuning in live on YouTube and X right now. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on YouTube, like that video, pump that up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to retweet the show if you're over on X. And you can find us, if you're a sicko listening later, on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and all the places you get podcasts. Make sure to leave a review, subscribe to the show. We're here most weeks. That's good. Let's get into the second quarter here. Before I do that, you can follow the show over on X at milehigh_IESR. And you can follow me over on X at Big A. Yeah, there it is right there. I blew up my screen so I could see it better. All right, what's good? Let's get into report cards for the Nuggets. The Nuggets this year, we're going to go back 2 years for the Nuggets. So for the Avs, we went back to the Cup win. For the Nuggets, we'll go back to the NBA Finals win a couple years ago. It's really nice that those are so recent. So recent. So this year, the Nuggets are 36-19. They're second in the Northwest, and they currently sit third in the West. They're a half game out of second. They're a half game behind Memphis for second. And the Nuggets are cruising. An 8-game win streak going into the All-Star break, which is lovely, lovely, lovely. I feel like I'm going to say some dumb things here in the next few seconds. And not dumb like unbased or way out of left field, just like duh things. Nikola Jokic leads the team in all important categories. Nikola Jokic is averaging 29.8 points per game, 12.6 rebounds, and 10.2 assists. This dude is having his best statistical season, and because of voter fatigue, he's not going to win his 4th MVP, and I hate that for him. He doesn't care, but I hate that. We're seeing numbers that are not since Jokic. And the straw poll just came out, and most people are picking Shea. Like 70% of the straw poll are picking Shea, which sucks because Jokic is having a not since Jokic year, like a never in the history of NBA. Not even Jordan, no Jordan, not Wilt, not LeBron, not Kareem, only Jokic. Last year at this time, the Nuggets were 36-19. They finished second in the Northwest and second in the West. They lost in round 2 to Minnesota in 7 games. We all remember the terrible Game 7 collapse. Last year, Jokic led the team in points, 26.4, 12.4 rebounds, and 9 assists, and won the MVP. 2 years ago, the year we won the title, the Nuggets were only slightly better, 38-17 at this point. They finished first in the Northwest, first in the West. Went 16-4 in the playoffs and beat Miami in the NBA Finals to secure their first championship in franchise history, 4-1, 4 games to 1. Jokic led the team in points, 24.5 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 9.8 assists. Oh, and won Finals MVP that year. And won NBA MVP that year. So, big deal. For the first semester, I've got to give the Nuggets an A-. They started rough, but then they figured it out. They've been great lately, and they've been great working guys back into the starting lineup. They've been great through injuries. Unlike the Avs started so rough that they were about to fail the year. So they're lucky they got a B. The Nuggets get an A-, and part of that is recency bias because they're on an 8-game win streak. So that is what it is. Your vital performance of the first half of the Nuggets, of course, is Nikola Jokic, man. He's averaging a triple-double. Almost 30 points. Almost 13 rebounds. 10 assists. He's incredible, folks. He's just incredible. We are blessed. All-Star game's going on right now. Jokic is playing. Again, we had Julian Strawther representing in the Rising Stars game. But the week ahead looks like this. Thursday, Nuggets play Charlotte. Chance to extend that win streak. And then Saturday, the Nuggets play the Lakers, the new look Lakers, the Luka look Lakers. We'll see. LeBron sat out the All-Star game with some soreness in his ankle and foot. I doubt that it lingers. I think him sitting out the All-Star game probably makes it so it doesn't linger. But we've got basketball coming up this week, and I'm excited. We've got basketball and hockey coming up this week. We've got hockey Saturday, Sunday. We've got basketball Thursday, Saturday. It's going to be fantastic. Let's take a TV timeout, and when we return, let's go back to college. We're going to do our campus crawl. You are with Mile High Musings here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport.
rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
No matter how many weeks in a row I play that ad and I hear Larry B read that thing, I feel super convicted and I'm excited. I've got the pre-workout ready. I've got the weightlifting gloves because my hands get chalked up. And tomorrow's leg day. I've got the knee brace. I keep it all here in the studio so that when I get up, I'm not disturbing the family before I go to the garage and grind. Check out Vital Apparel. Don't forget that coupon code, IESR, to get 15% off at checkout. Let's go to the campus crawl, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports fans of all ages. We're going to do campus crawl, and then I'm going to finish with my yearly Rockies op-ed. And especially because my voice is just getting worse. So, campus crawl. Let's go back to college. Let me grab my notes and put them over here because it's kind of killing me. There we go. Okay, let's start with CU. CU men's Tuesday lost 71-59 at Kansas. Kansas, not as good as they usually are, but it's Kansas. But the Buffs picked up a big win yesterday, winning 76-63 against UCF in Boulder, and it's their first Big 12 win in over 13 years because they were in the Pac-12. But they started the year 0-12 in conference play. 0-12. That moves the Buffs to 10-15 overall and 1-13 in the Big 12. CU women, sorry, I was looking ahead at my notes. CU women lost 2 this week. Wednesday, they lost 86-56 at Iowa State and 77-60 at Utah, which moves the CU women's program to 17-8 overall and 8-6 in the Big 12. CSU men's kind of started slipping. Again, we've been off. It's been 2 weeks since our last update. They lost 93-85 at Utah State on Tuesday, but turned around and smacked YO 88-53 against the Cowboys at home. So CSU men's right now is 16-9 overall and 10-4 in the Mountain West. Just they've kind of sunk to 4th in the Mountain West. And they were a game and a half back of first 2 weeks ago. CSU women won Wednesday 72-54 against Utah State and won yesterday 65-58 at Air Force and have actually won 4 in a row. So shout out to the CSU women's basketball team. That moves them to 19-7 overall and 10-3 in the Mountain West. And the women's team is now 2nd in the Mountain West. So they're the only team that's worth anything right now as far as the big basketball schools. DU Pios had the weekend series against North Dakota, who's 17th in the nation. And Pios won 4-0 on Friday and then lost 3-1 yesterday. Pios are now 21-8-1 on the year. They are 5th in their conference and 6th in the NCAA men's hockey rankings. I've got to take another break because of my voice. And when we get back, I'm going to try to finish strong with the op-ed as I lose my voice. But we're going to do this. I'm going to take one more break and see if I can finish this show because I just feel the voice going and it's starting to stress me out. You're with Mile High Musings here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hi, esports radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in as I lose my voice. I think I might need to investigate doing this at a different time. I don't know, because it's just killing my voice right now. But I want to finish strong to get through my fourth segment, and it was always going to be my Rockies op-ed. I figure since we're in the All-Star break and there aren't games going on for me to analyze realistically, I kind of figured today would be a short show, and then as the show has progressed, the vocal cords have gotten more and more tired. Curse the dryness. I've been drinking water. We have humidifiers going. It is what it is. So let's get into our Rockies op-ed. Every year around this time, I write a little piece that I might talk to the powers that be to get it to throw up on the Ice Sports Radio blog. If I can, I need to edit it and expand on it a little bit more. But I wanted to hit you with some Rockies thoughts as pitchers and catchers reported last week, and the rest of the squad reports on Tuesday. So, pitchers and catchers report. Do we care? ESPN has the Rockies ranked 29th out of 30 teams in the team temperature category, saying that our team temperature is somewhere below freezing and could be worse. BetMGM predicts the Rockies will finish with the worst record in baseball, the line being 59.5 wins. If it ends up being just underneath that on the 59 side, that's 103 losses. Terrible. Woof. Rockies, as you know, if you're a longtime fan of the show, have the laziest ownership group in Colorado. In my heart, I wish the Walton Penner group that bought the Broncos could buy the Rockies, but as rich as they are, I don't see that happening. I said time and time again on this show that Bud Black is not the problem. We expect the guy to do when the owners are basically acting like Rachel Phelps from Major League One, not giving 3 dry Fs if the team is bad, because Colorado in the summer is still one of the best places in the world to watch baseball, which guarantees that both Tartley and Dick Monfort will get their pockets lined because average attendance is still over 30,000 people a game. And yes, it is almost March, realistically, which means that doing this research for the segment made what little baseball that lives in my heart start to flutter again. But as in years past, the Rockies will more than likely slip into obscurity before I turn 41, which is at the end of April, if you're curious. Unless by an act of God, we will see the Rockies be terrible. We will see great prospects traded, and we will see a manager who is in no way set up for success be fired, because the evil overlords that are the Monforts need someone to carry the blame, because we all know they won't. And like some evil half man, half salamander-like character from a Tolkien novel lords over their precious, the Monforts will hide away in a cave, trying to keep the world from touching and improving a franchise that has seen one World Series appearance and has been completely obscure for the 32 years it has been in existence. I wish and I pray and I hope that I'm wrong, and that prospects like Chase Dollander actually gets an opportunity to succeed, and that Ezekiel Tovar and Nolan Jones and Hunter Goodman and Big Mike Tolia all get to shine. But Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow, which means we got 6 more weeks of winter. And that's not good for us Rockies fans, because we've been in our 6 weeks of winter for such a long, long time. And it is with that, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you. I thank you for enduring my garbly, gaggly, terrible voice. If you're checking us out on YouTube, smash the thumbs up, even if it's just a pity thumbs up today. Don't forget to retweet and follow the show. I want to thank Taryn and Larry B for being in the show. Ralph jumped in for the end. Ralph, you missed it. It was my daughter's 2nd birthday party today. We did Bluey themed, and I wanted to roll with it because it was awesome. Larry B, I would love to write a blog. Larry B said would love a good blog. I would love to write a blog piece, and actually after I get off the air, I'll probably refine it, and I can share it with you so that you can get it up there. But Ralph also said, I miss Dante Bichette. Brother, I miss all of those guys when the Rockies were amazing. Bluey is a great show. Bluey is a great show. And it's crazy. If you have little kids, you probably know, but I love to watch Bluey probably as much as my daughters do because the writing is genius and all of that. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports fans of all ages, it has been an absolute pleasure. Before I go, though, I have to remind you just of one really quick.
In this house, we praise the Lord and cheer for them Denver Broncos.
I was actually talking to my father today about what they need to do in the off season, and it's really nice to not have to worry about a coach or a quarterback. And we'll get into that later in the summer. But that's all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I pray that you have and stay warm. That cold front's moving in on you. As always, go sports.
Go Broncos!
In this house, we praise the Lord and cheer for them Denver Broncos.